Good morning, everyone. It's Randy from Dreamy Bohemian. Thank you so much for stopping by my channel. As you can probably hear, I am outdoors this morning, and you are liable to hear many things like that. The rooster from our neighbor who never knows what time it is. We've got company, and they are around the area that I normally film. And so I just wanted to come out here and have a little bit of private time. And, outdoors with the outdoors comes noise. So I hope that will be okay, and you'll be able to hear me okay. My fountain is running beside me. It's so peaceful, and hopefully that will not be a deterrent for us here. So what I wanted to come on and show you today is a flip through of the collage journals and a flip through of my most recent batik journals that I finished up. I've been on vacation, and so I haven't been able to take you along with me all the way through for the collage journals, but we'll get to that another time, and I will explain to you how those are made. I did have a video, and I'll link that in the description box, of doing the covers and how they came about. So let's go ahead and get started. I have some different ties, different color ties for all the journals. I tried to match them up, and the names of these journals are going to be the name that's on the front. So this will be vintage, this is enduring, and this is flea market. So let's go into vintage first, and I'll show you. Here is the side. I put some of Sheila's trim here just to jazz it up a little bit. And then here is the back side. This is the bird. And the front has the clock and the flowers on it for the portion of the collage masterboard that we did. And here are Vintage's signature beads. Those are so pretty. And then I used a really old packet of Sheila's that when she was doing silks, and this is one of those. And what I did is I just punched a hole here and put an eyelet in, and then ran this silk through. And because I didn't have a super long piece, I just knotted it right here. Now, these papers are handmade by me, or hand painted by me, I should say. What I did, and I will show you this process later, I sprayed the paper on my deck with some diluted coffee and vanilla, and then I sprayed it with some pink watered down acrylic paint, and did the same with the metallic gold paint. And it turns out beautifully. I kind of overspray, and it moves things around on the paper, and it just turns out so pretty. On each page is a tab of batik fabric that I just zigzag sewed on, and it looks so cute on the sides. It just gives it a little extra something. I love doing these plain journals because that gives you the freedom to do whatever you want inside. You can journal inside here, you can collage inside, you can do your challenges in here. There's so many things that you can do with these journals. I know that a lot of people are doing Journal July and things like that, so these are good for those kind of challenges as well. But each page has a different piece of batik fabric on it. For the tab, and I apologize for the shadows, it's pretty early and it's not super light out yet, and I turn the lights on, but then it makes a shadow of the camera, and so that's really all you can see. As I normally do, I do a hidden spine, and that means that you don't see the thread of the signatures on the outside, and it also kind of helps the journal lay flat as you can see. So these are really easy to work in. So this is vintage. On the inside flaps of all the journals, I use the same fabric, some vintage seersucker, striped seersucker, or some people call it, oh gosh, I can't think of the name of it right now. Anyway, you know what I'm talking about. And then just tied it with this beautiful ribbon. And these are so pretty. They're really light, and so you could carry them with you anywhere. They'll get more bulky, and they have room to grow as you work in them. And I just love this type of journal. This is vintage. This is enduring, and there is 2 rows of sari on this. Really dark purple. Isn't that gorgeous? That Sheila did a custom job for me. Here is the front of enduring, the side, and the back. Really pretty. And the inside with ticking. That's what I was trying to think of, the ticking fabric. And here are her beads. This is one of my favorite parts of these. I just think it lends so much to the journal, these little beads hanging out. And I've done that for a while, and I just can't stop doing it. So again, some of these beautiful papers. And Mr. Rooster. Love how these turned out. Some of the pages had a little bit more light finish because the coffee dye is lighter, and so that's why the difference in the pages. It's just gorgeous how these turn out. And like I said, I'll share my recipe with you and show you how I did that. There are 3 signatures in each of these journals. I don't think I said that before, and I don't have my ruler out here. But they're traveler's notebook size, not exact, because I kind of based it on the collage and what size that was, but that's the general concept size for these. These tabs were so fun. I love that fabric. I got some new batiks, and that's what these next journals coming up are going to be, with that fabric. I just love batik fabric. There's the back, and there's the side view with all the tabs. Just gorgeous. And I thought the purple looked really nice with this cover. And this is Flea Market here. I love this one because it's got the swan on the front. And then here is the side. So I just picked up the fuchsia in here, and that's where I took my cue for the sari trim on the side and for the ribbon. And there's the back. These collages just turned out beautiful. The base of these collages is some scrapbook paper, and I'll link those in the description box as well. There's the inside. Of course, I sewed around the edges of the journal, zigzag. I'm going to count these pages as we go because I can't remember. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 16 and double that, so that's 32 times 3 is the amount of papers that are in the journals. same very pretty papers. And then there's the side tabs. Isn't that beautiful? I just love the pinks. I wasn't initially starting out to do pink, but it ended up that way. And you know how I just love me some good pink every now and then. And so everything just turned out pink. So that's those. And I was also the signatures I tie up with this is some waxed thread, and I've been loving this thread. I got a pack and I think it had like 42 colors in it, and it is wonderful thread. But you can choose whatever color that you want to use to tie your signatures up, and it just gives it a little extra pop. And I did the pink, the very light pink in these, and it holds the beads really well when you do your knots instead of embroidery thread. And that's why I like these threads so much. And I'll link those in the description box if you want to find those. I found them on Amazon. Here are the batik journals that I just finished. And again, I didn't even try to make it a purple thing, but it's kind of how it ended up. And then this is a custom that I made for somebody, and I'll show you that one first. This is the, if you recall, if you watch my channel on a regular basis, I did a jelly printing session with this fabric that I used on this cover to try to mimic it on a jelly print. And I love this fabric so much. And so I will link that in the description box if you haven't seen that. And here are her beads. These have 4 signatures in them. These are packed with papers, and these are done with my jelly print papers. And again, these are, I mean, I wouldn't say that they're plain by any means because of the papers, and same here, but they don't have embellishing on the inside. That is, gives you, again, full freedom to do whatever you want to in here. And so 20, 40, 60, 80, so there's 160 front and back pages in these, and these are generally 4 width and 5 height. So just a great little size. And what I normally do is put some velvet or some sari, and then I usually put some bling trim on here. And I picked up some olive, which I love that color there. And then I offset it with this turquoise tie, because you know how I am with my colors. So this is what they look like from the top, and you can see they have a lot of room. These are my staple batik journals that I have been doing. They've just been really, really popular. And here are the papers. I especially put some of these leaf papers in here to carry through the theme of the cover. And I love the way they turned out. Isn't that pretty? And so the rest of them are just some stencil papers and some variation of plain as well. So you have a big variety of papers to choose from. And this one is not available. Like I said, this one is a custom for one of the admin in our group. All right, so let's get into these. These turned out so pretty. So I'll do this one first. This one has some teal and then some kind of aqua green around the outside. This batik fabric is really pretty. I still got threads. And look at that variation. Isn't that beautiful? I love how that works. I did the covers of these a little bit different. I just sewed around one time and I left everything fluffy so it can fray and get that worn look. I love that look. And then of course these are sewn around the edges as well, so that you can fray these up more if you like. I have my journal, and I really like it frayed here at the top, so you can kind of see what that looks like. And these are what they look like when you start working in them. They get nice and thick, but they don't get that gator mouth. And so it's a wonderful little journal to work in to do your challenges as well. Here are these beads. Aren't they gorgeous? And I used this color thread on these. It's kind of a muted purple. And the hidden spine. And then the pages, I always try to coordinate with what's on front on the first page of the signature. And then on the inside, you kind of get that mix of beautiful jelly print papers with some stencils and what have you. It's an automatic background for you, and I know I've said that before, but if you are stopping by my channel for the first time, then you won't know that. And then this beautiful sari ribbon that I thought went so well with this. I want to say, not sure what color this is. I don't think it's azalea. Orchid maybe, or this might be orchid or azalea. I don't know. So this will be, I don't have these named, so this is just the first one with the aqua. And we'll go next to this one. And this has some darker teal in it because this fabric has a variety of colors. It is a botanical pattern, and I just tried to pick up the colors that were in here. So it's got some velvet and 2 layers of sari, and and then a really nice piece of a vintage sari from Sheila's collection a long time ago. Isn't the fabric just gorgeous in there? I love that pop. Oh, and did I show you the beads here? Let's see. They seem to be hiding from me. Here we go. Just gorgeous. Absolutely love those beads. Here are the papers in here. Like I said, as always, a collection of the jelly print papers. Isn't that pretty? All different colors. And let's see. We'll call this one Jade because of that dark teal in there. So this is the second one, and this will be Jade. And then this one, the fabric on here is a botanical print as well. Isn't that beautiful? And then I love how this velvet kit that Sheila did and this little piece of trim just melted into there beautifully. There's also a piece of regular sari back there to pick up the color in the leaves. And it's ever so subtle. It's just beautiful. Here are her beads. Beautiful. And I used the pink thread, wax thread on this one. Isn't that beautiful? Just love her. And I was picked up the blues from the cover to accent the papers, the cover papers. Aren't they beautiful? I just love these colors. I don't want to take, so much time flipping through these because I've done so many flip throughs of the batiks, but I do want to give you an idea of what they are. And maybe we should just call this one lavender. So jade, lavender, and we'll call this one aqua. And this one has the same sari ribbon as the jade. So that is what I have for you today, guys. I will do a video on the papers for these. I've done papers for these before, and that's on my YouTube channel, and I can link that below if you want to see that as well. But I need to do a video on the process for the papers in here, and I love these papers. So these are all available, and if you just message me via dreamybohemian@icloud.com, I'll put all my information down below, or you can get me on Facebook Messenger. Either way. And again, this one is spoken for, so that one will not be available. But I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. It's good to be back. We did do a family vacation, and we had such a good time. We went up to the mountains of Tennessee in Bristol, Tennessee. And if you don't know, Bristol is actually on the border of Virginia and Tennessee. So there's a Bristol, Virginia, and a Bristol, Tennessee. So we were kind of in and out of both of those. But we stayed on the South Holston River, and it is a beautiful, it's a lake that they dammed up, and then there's a river. And we rented a 1925 cabin on the river, and we just had such a good time. The air was so nice and crisp, and if you ever want to take a vacation, I highly recommend that area. It is beautiful, just beautiful, and you really kind of get away from everything. So that's all for me today, guys. I'll link everything in the description box below for you that I mentioned in the video. I hope you have a good one. Bye-bye.